So if you're in Nigeria and you're wondering what almonds are, almond is a seed gotten from what we call fruit in Niger. There is this particular fruit, we call it fruit. Yeah, we call it fruit, and you eat the fresh fruit, after which you will have the seed, I don't know, just like when you have a mango seed, okay? But then when you crack open that seed, the pod, now you will see these small seeds inside it. Then they are fresh and you wouldn't even recognize it as this almond that is dry now. Okay, so those same seeds you find inside fruit, if you dry them, that's your almond. Okay, so to begin with, we are going to wash the almond. I have about 3 cups of dry almonds there. So we want to wash it because they are store-bought, and we need to get them as clean as possible. So I washed them severally, rinsed out severally as well. So our nuts are clean, guys. They are very clean now. So I'll still pour it into this bowl and pour fresh, clean water. Cover it with fresh water, and this is where the process starts. You want to add some salt into it. I have in there about a big teaspoon of salt. How do you know when you have enough salt in it? Well, you are going to taste the water as you add, okay? It's a nut, so the salt may not really get into it so much, but it will do a whole lot of good to these almonds. So taste the water. When the water is salty enough, you just let it sit. Yeah, just let it sit for a minimum of 30 minutes. You want the almonds to soften a little bit. Mine sat for 2 hours, okay? But you can definitely let it sit for less. And when you're done soaking it, see, when you bite into it, it kind of breaks easily, but it's not very, very soft. But then it has soaked, soaked some of the water and swell up a little bit, if that makes sense. So next, you want to pour it into a bowl and pat dry it with a paper towel or a kitchen towel. Clean one, okay? Yeah. So next I'll be putting the pan on fire, turning on the heat to a medium to high heat. Yeah, once it's hot enough, I'm going to pour in the almonds. Someone will ask, why did you need to soak this in water when you knew you were still going to dry it? Is that not a waste of time? Well, it's not. We do that for the same reason we kind of add some salt with some water to our groundnuts before we roast them, right? Is to infuse some kind of salty taste, like kind of extra taste to it, okay? And at the same time, soften the inside. So the goal with this is to brown it all over, like what I showed you there. Yeah, so you want to flip this on all sides until you achieve something like this. Mine took somewhere between 7 to 10 minutes. Okay, and be careful, don't allow it to get burnt. The essence of this is to give it the roasted flavor. So take it off the fire now, and I'll be using a part of it as snack. So I'll take the part I want to use as snack on the paper towel and leave it to dry. You want to use a paper towel so that it does not reabsorb moisture. Next, I'm going to transfer the rest into a wet blender because we're going to be making almond milk, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm doing here. So pour in enough water at this point. Okay, I have water here up onto the height of the almonds. You might need to add more. Blend it smooth like this. I'm going to be reblending this, all right? Just make it easier for my blender. After blending it, I'll sieve it through this. The milk that comes out from this first blend is quite thick and creamy. So I want to take out the milk, pour in more water and reblend that again, okay? So I did this for like 3 times, and this is the amount of milk I got. okay, which is still very thick. So when you're blending, you might need more water than I used, or less, depending on how thick you want your milk to be. But my advice is make it thick and then thin it out at the end of the day instead of the other way around, okay? So, and again, I'm going to sieve it properly with a chiffon cloth, the kind of chiffon cloth you use in sieving pap, right? So the goal is to get a milk and not a smoothie. So we need all those chaffs out of our way. So, and you want to do this with very clean, like thoroughly washed hands, okay? So once that is done, this is what we have here, and the next important process starts. On our table, we've got some brown sugar, a tablespoon of brown sugar, but you can use the white one. We'll also be using about half a tablespoon of vanilla extract. So the next important stage now is to steam our milk a little bit, okay? This step is not compulsory, but like I'll be storing mine, so I would want to heat it up a little bit, not to boil it, but to just heat it up a little bit, melt in the sugar and the vanilla in, then allow it to cool down before I stir it, okay? Yeah, this is also the perfect point where you can thin out the milk, like add more water to it if you think it's very thick, okay? Yeah, but I'm going to be leaving mine like this. And this is the chaff I got. You can use this to make low carb fufu. You can use it to make muffin cakes. You can use it to just throw it in your smoothies. The list is endless, okay? So it's beginning to steam up a little bit. This is the perfect time to stir it together and take it off the stove. Like I told us, we're not going to be boiling it like corner suzi bodo bodo. No. So from this point, you can allow it to cool down completely before you store in airtight container. It's best served chilled. You can use it in your cereals, you can drink it as it is, use it in your smoothies. The list is endless. So the rest of the almonds are just snacks, just like we have groundnuts. Have you liked this video? Please click the like button, subscribe if you haven't, share with friends who might love to benefit from a video like this, and I'll see you in my next video. Compliments of the season. Bye-bye.